It's almost noontime. It's afternoon time. So I can officially say good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Cleburne, Texas for Game 2 of Bowie's doubleheader. This one is against the Springtown Porcupines. We're a little bit rushed in getting things underway, so we appreciate your patience as we scramble for Game 2 of this doubleheader. But the pregame show presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is coming up right after this break. So copy that link, hit that share button, and as long as the rain holds away, we're bringing you Game 2 of Bowie Baseball in just a moment. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
We're starting to feel a little spittle of rain as Cleburne, Texas is going to be on the front end of catching some of the precipitation that may sweep through the Metroplex. But we're going to play ball for as long as we possibly can. Alongside my pops, Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, and we're getting ready to bring you the Springtown Porcupines against the Bowie Volunteers. A couple of very unique names, Pops, on a neutral site for tournament play. And we're excited to bring it as long as our equipment doesn't get wet.
Yeah, we made it through the first game just fine, but now we're beginning to feel, like you said, just a few little droplets of rain coming out of these clouds. It still looks like it's partly cloudy. We're not going to get a huge thunder bumper come through right now. It's just starting to tune up for what the weather forecasters are saying will be an afternoon of rain. Umpires are at home plate as Springtown is loading up to get ready for the beginning of this ball game. Fans, the pregame show is presented by Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services, Inc., a family-owned business with a team of professionals who have served the Arlington area for over 50 years. Don't let insurance be a headache. Chapman Cornelius can help you create a custom insurance plan tailored to your small business's needs and budget. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott today at 817-265-3346 or go to www.chapman-cornelius.com. Pre-game show brought to you by Chapman Cornelius Insurance.
And as you saw me hustling back up the stairwell there, I see Bowie players with batting helmets on taking cuts, so we do have the scoreboard correct. We did not know if we did for sure at the beginning of the broadcast, but we are as set and as ready to go as we can possibly be as the coaches meet at home plate. Pops, I got a towel here if you ever see any spittle or anything. Just a production note. Let's try to keep the equipment as under the tent and protected as we can as we try to get ready for Game 2. Springtown plays in District 7 4A and won 3-0 yesterday against Saginaw in their only game that they played. They come in with an overall record of 6-3-1 under the direction of Coach Colin Crawford. They will be the designated home team wearing orange jerseys with black lettering and numbering that say Pines on it in reference to the Porcupines. Bowie is in their same pinstripes that they were in for Game 1 with the blue block Bowie lettering across the chest and the orange hats. Since they are the visitors for this ball game, we'll give you the starting lineups for the Volunteers. Leading off and pitching, it's Josue Martinez. Batting second and playing shortstop, Andrew Vega. Isaiah Piper will bat third and play center field. He'll be followed by the cleanup hitter, third baseman Christian Uribe. Micah Couch gets the start in left field. He'll be followed by the DH, Adam Fiorentino. Batting seventh and playing right field, Darian Brown. Batting eighth and catching, Raul Sanchez. And rounding out the order is the first baseman, Zion Sturgill. Not in the lineup is number 4, Juan Mendez. He'll be playing second base. Defensively around the horn for the Porcupines, at first base, it's Palomo. At second base, it's Lopez. At third base, it's Lincoln Smith with an L, Lincoln, like Lincoln Logs. At shortstop, it's Hernandez. Cash Smith, I'm assuming cousin or brother, will get the start in left field. McDaniel is in center, and Gonzalez is in right. Behind the plate, it's Morel, and Caden Howard will get the start on the mound for the Porcupines to start this ball game. It was originally scheduled for a 12:30 first pitch. We're looking at closer to 12:15, 12:17, depending on when Howard gets warmed up. But that's about as warm as anybody's going to get in these conditions, Pops, as temperatures are hovering around the 70s. It's blustery. It's keeping things rather temperate here today, but we're excited to be bringing you some tournament baseball nonetheless.
Yeah, the Springtown uniforms remind me a lot of the Baltimore Orioles. They've kind of got the white, they got a ball cap with the Springtown logo in the middle of a white background and a black mesh around the back of the cap. Looks just like Baltimore. It's a sharp look. I like the orange, bright orange uniforms. Bowie's just as sharp in their white pinstripe with the big block Bowie across the chest, and their orange caps today really standing out on the ball field this afternoon. Just barely afternoon.
It's barely afternoon, but it's technically after 12. There's another doubleheader that's going to try to get played as long as the weather holds out. At 1:30 and 4 o'clock, the Arlington Colts are supposed to play games over at Birdville High School against Keller Central and Joshua. Those games will also be live on the Zap Network. Jot Hawley and Cam Wilcox will be on the call as long as they're able to get the game in. There's a lot of rainy conditions in the forecast, and Pops, you saw yesterday that it really wasn't supposed to hit fuller force until closer to 4 or 5 o'clock. So these Bowie games seem to be relatively safe, but anything in the afternoon may be up in the air.
Well, and you know, Mr. Sun's trying to peek out here again. It may be a come and go situation for the touch and go for the weather all afternoon. So we'll just kind of keep the covers handy for all the technical equipment we've got out here in the middle of the stands here at Cleburne High.
Yeah, it's an al fresco production. And it looks like the second game has been changed to a different opponent for Arlington, so I may have to try to make some adjustments on the back end. Coach Womack, I believe, may be tuning into today's broadcast, because no sooner did I mention what Arlington's slate of games was than 2 or 3 minutes later, I get a text. Actually, we changed who the opponent was. So,
the nature of tournament baseball.
Tournament baseball at its best. We didn't know that we would be playing Gregory Portland until 9 p.m. before the 9 a.m. first pitch the next day. So a 12-hour turnaround to get that game in order. But we'll create a new stream and make sure that the fans know exactly who we're playing against.
In the meantime, our biggest opponent here at Cleburne High is the wind. Blowing the papers around, blowing the tent around. We're out in the stands here, just off to, if you're facing the ball field, as you can see on our camera angle, just a little bit off to the right of home plate. Hopefully you're getting a good view from us today. Coach Alex Johnson down in first base as first base coaching box, talking to the first base umpire as we get ready to lead off here. Josue Martinez, the pitcher for this afternoon, will be leading off for the Volunteers. Andrew Vega, shortstop for the afternoon, batting second, and on deck, Isaiah Piper, the center fielder, in the hole to get us started for this afternoon ball game. Umpire points at the pitcher and says, play ball, and we're ready to get underway. First pitch is a ball to the leadoff batter, Martinez. Down at the third base coaching box, Coach Nolan Crowdis. That's a called strike one. We don't have anybody on the scoreboard here, so the Zap score bug will be the main point of reference. 1-1 pitch is fouled off into the first base dugout for a strike two. One ball, two strikes, the count to the leadoff batter here in game number 2. The pitcher for this afternoon's game, Martinez. Howard comes set and comes home, and that pitch is swung through and missed for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Andrew Vega, the shortstop, the starting pitcher in the first game this morning.
Yeah, he collected 4 strikeouts and battled hard, but there were just a few timely hits that went more in the direction of Cleburne than Bowie, unfortunately. Fans, we almost forgot that first pitch of the ball game was presented by Modern West. As we open up this game, open up your home to new possibilities with Modern West windows and doors.
Howard's next pitch, after that fouled off one, runs the count even to 1 ball and 1 strike on Andrew Vega. Howard's next delivery, and he's got a funny delivery. I don't know if you fans at home can see that, but it's almost a 3/4 arm and a herky-jerky motion to that left hand. He's a southpaw. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. That ball tapped right to the shortstop, picks it up, throws over to first for the 6-3 out. Hernandez to Palomo.
And that was a good snag by Hernandez because it was kind of a weird hop, a weird roll, but he was able to get it into his hand properly, make the exchange, make the throw, and there's 2 away now for Piper.
That does bring us to the center fielder for his first at bat this afternoon, Isaiah Piper. First pitch to him, swung on and missed, fouled back for strike 1. On deck batter Christian Uribe goes over to pick up the foul ball. Howard's next delivery. Ball 1 called by the umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Nobody on base for the balls.
Couldn't quite find the zone. Looked like that curveball was going to drop in there, but the umpire says not this time.
The 1-1 delivery. Swung on and skied behind us. Could actually come down on top of our tent here, but the wind is pushing it. Yeah, I think it ended up in Parker County somewhere. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter, Piper. Next delivery, tapped at the plate for a foul ball. He stays alive. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Top of the first inning. Howard's 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That'll take us to the switch between innings here. We're going to step aside. This is Bowie Volunteer Baseball, brought to you by Zach Arnold Productions. We'll be right back.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe and Peak can help your home. When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
To the bottom of the first we go. The Bowie Volunteers went down in order to start the top of the first. We'll see what their defense can do against the Springtown Porcupines out of District 7-4A. Defensively for the Volunteers around the horn, Sturgill is at first. Mendez not in the lineup, playing second base. Uribe is at third. Vega is at short. Couch is in left. Piper is in center. And Brown is in right. Raul Sanchez is behind the plate, catching for today's starting pitcher, number 8, Josue Martinez. Martinez on the mound for Bowie. The lineup for Springtown, leading off and playing shortstop, Omar Hernandez. Batting second and playing second base, Jose Lopez. Batting seventh and catching, Leighton Morrell. The cleanup hitter is the first baseman, Aaron Palomo. Batting fifth and playing center field, Nate McDaniel. Batting sixth, the DH, Kason Hedusik. I had to make sure I got the pronunciation correct from Coach on that one. Batting seventh in right field, Isaac Gonzalez. Batting eighth and left field, Cash Smith. And rounding out the order is the third baseman, Lincoln Smith. So the DH, Hedusik, is in for the pitcher, DHing for him this afternoon. And other than that, every other fielder will get an at-bat for the Porcupines. First pitch from Josue Martinez is high and inside to Omar Hernandez for ball number 1. This one's in the field of play, backhanded by Vega. It's going to be a tough throw to Sturgill, and it's in time.
Nice play by the shortstop.
Let's see if my instant replay is working here on the Zap Network, as that one was a sharply hit, backhanded snag by Vega across the diamond to Sturgill in time, and out number 1 is recorded.
Excellent, excellent. Fun use of the technology to see a great play there by Vega to Sturgill. 1 out. Next batter for the Springtown Porcupines, Jose Lopez, the second baseman. First pitch to him is high for ball 1. Martinez wind and delivering. This ball's flared into left field. Little Texas leaguer right in front of the left fielder, Micah Couch, for a base hit. Puts a runner at first base and brings up the third batter for the afternoon, Leighton Morrell. I'm going to go with Merle. Merle, the catcher for the Porcupines this afternoon.
I feel like I double-checked that with Coach, and I thought I heard him say Morrell, but I might be mistaken.
Well, we'll go with that. Either one. We want to represent the young men as best we can, and if that's what the coach said, we're going to go with it. Throw over to first base is over Sturgill's head. That's going to allow the runner Lopez to make at least second. He's motoring over to third. The throw is very late, and Lopez steams around second and motors into third on the pass ball, on the error.
That's an E1.
The error from the pitcher throwing over there to check on the runner, and turn off the indicator at first and turn on the one at third. And the next pitch home almost gets by Sanchez. Good job by Raul there to block that ball. This is a fairly long distance from the plate to the backstop here and would allow runners to advance should they get by. If you're just tuning in this afternoon, we'll give you the dimensions of the ball field. 315 down the left field line, 305 down the right field line. That ball bounces in, and Sanchez has a hard time finding it. There's alleys. Left center and right center alley are $350 to the fence, and dead center $375, with about a 20-foot wall from the left alley to the right alley here at this all-turf field at Cleburne High School. That pitch is in there for a called strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike to the batter, Leighton Morrell.
If there's any Springtown fans in the chat, please let us know if we mispronounced that, as that looks like ball 4 issued to the catcher. We'll see if he gets a courtesy runner. If you subscribe to the channel and wait a brief 10 minutes, you can join the chat and let us know where you're tuning in from. Whether you're a Bowie faithful or a Springtown faithful, we appreciate you tuning in today.
Springtown sending in number 6 to run for the catcher at first base. Number 6 is Ricky Shelton. Shelton running at first base.
Covered there by Sturgill. That one's in the air for Piper. He'll make the grab. Runner tags. It's going to be a play at the plate, and Sanchez is not going to be able to make the tag. And coming in to score is the second baseman, Jose Lopez, on the F8 RBI by Palomo. So now just 1 runner on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Runner is going. Sanchez pops, fires, and it's wide of everybody. And the runner is safe at second. The 1-0 pitch is a bit too high, and it's 2-0 now to Nate McDaniel. 5th hitter in the lineup, wearing number 4 on the jersey. Martinez too far inside for ball 3.
Wind definitely a factor if you were just tuning into the Zach Arnold Network this afternoon. Blowing in from right field at about 20 to 30 miles an hour.
I believe.
Hell, he pointed to first base with his right hand, but he called a strike.
Yeah, he pointed, but it wasn't a take your base point. That's a 3 balls and 1 strike point.
Typically, an umpire should give a first base indicator with his left hand.
This one is past the dive of Uribe. They're going to wave the runner around. The throw is wide of home, and it's an RBI single that will bring in the courtesy runner for Morrell. And McDaniel delivers an RBI to left. That'll bring up the DH, Kason Hedusik.
Say that 3 times fast.
That.
Jocularity.
Hedusik is DHing for the pitcher this afternoon. The first pitch to him is a little bit too high for ball number 1. Cloudy, windy, overcast. We had just a couple of moments of spittle that gave me cause for pause, but so far so good here in the bottom of the first inning. Curveball drops in for a called strike 1. Bowie played game 1 of the doubleheader at 10 a.m. and fell to the host Cleburne Yellow Jackets. This is their second game of the day. They'll play another game tomorrow. Unfortunately, the Zap Network won't be able to cover that one, but we will be back on Wednesday when district play begins for these Volunteers. They'll be playing at the Grand Prairie Gophers one of the final times that we'll get to say that, as realignment will put Bowie and Arlington High in a new district together. 2 balls and a strike to Hejdusik. It's on the ground to short, and it's bobbled by the shortstop Vega, and Hejdusik will get aboard on the E6. He had an opportunity for second base if he was able to field it cleanly, but Vega not able to corral it. And there's 2 on with 2 out for Springtown. This is Isaac Gonzalez, and he'll put this one in play to left field. And the catch will be made out there by Micah Couch. And the F7 will end the inning, but not before Springtown is able to put 2 runs across here in the bottom of the first. They have the lead now as we head to the second here in Cleburne, Texas. This is high school baseball on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing. John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
To the second inning we go, and the second inning is presented by Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Call Caleb Renfro if you need a cast iron replacement specialist or if your pipes burst at 817-807-7069. Serving Arlington for over 16 years. Pipe and Peak, second inning sponsors here on the Zap Network. Bowie went down quietly against Caden Howard in the previous inning, 1-2-3 with a couple of strikeouts. So it'll be Uribe, Couch, and Fiorentino, the 4-5-6 in the Bowie lineup, that will be guaranteed an at-bat here in the top of the second.
Getting a little more sunshine peeking out from behind the clouds here in Cleburne, Texas. Beautiful little ballpark, great scenery. A lot of new homes growing up around this Cleburne High School campus. We can see out over center field and right field fences. But a nice complex here with a softball field off to our left behind us.
Yeah, it's
a big clubhouse in between.
Single entrance with a clubhouse for both teams in between both ballparks at the far end of the clubhouse, of the entrance rather, as ball 1 is issued to Uribe.
Caden Howard on for his second inning of work after a very efficient first inning.
And he finds the outside quadrant of the zone for a strike 1 call to Uribe. Next pitch is way too far inside, almost clips the jersey. Uribe has to suck in his gut a little bit, and it's 2-1. This one is out to center field, and the catch is made for the F8 and for out number 1. Looks like Caden Howard may have strained something, as we have a new pitcher coming in for the Porcupines. Only lasted 1 inning.
Being a left-hander myself, I noticed we switched from the southpaw on the bump to a right-handed hitter, and the new pitcher is number 13, Zach Concertino is now pitching.
Cozertino, Cozertino.
Not sure what precipitated the change, as Howard had a 1-2-3 inning in the first inning. He may have, like you said, felt a little bit of a physical strain.
Regardless, Uribe is down on the F8. And this one's going to get fouled out of play.
Micah Couch, the left fielder, up to the bat. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on him with 1 out here in the inning and nobody on base for the Volunteers.
One of the toughest parts about tournament play is keeping up with the change of players, as this one's a hit by pitch against Couch.
Yeah,
but also being able to read coach's handwriting.
That is true. When they're in a hurry, it gets a little scratchy at times.
But the best I can tell is that's a Z, so that's a Cozertino, Cozertino. Springtown fans, please correct me if we're wrong on that. 1 on and 1 out now for the DH, Adam Fiorentino, after Couch gets aboard on the HBP. Bunt is squared up for her. Fiorentino pulls back as Couch was off and running anyways. It's ball 2 at the plate and a man in scoring position now for the Volunteers here in the top of the second.
Yeah, we mentioned there's a pretty good distance between the plate and the backstop here at Yellow Jacket Field, and so if a ball gets past, it's almost assuredly an advancement on the bases for anybody that's on.
Time is called by the catcher, Morrell, to talk to his new battery mate. Two and 0 to Fiorentino. Got a man in scoring position with 1 out. I have seen Coach Johnson elect to play small ball in these situations. We'll see if he squares up to bunt again. They give him the green light, and it's a chopper foul just off of the hand of Coach Nolan Crowdis.
Got to give him an error on that one.
That's an EC. He'll give us a lot of flack for that.
That'll be a strike on the batter, so it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count now.
Shortstop Hernandez trying to keep the runner close at second there. And the bunt is squared up for, and it's back to the pitcher. The only play is to first, and it is in time. Fiorentino delivers the 1-3 sac BU. That'll move Micah Couch over to third.
Interesting strategy there with 2 outs in the end, and now you're depending on your following batters with 2 outs to get that runner in from third. Darian Brown at the plate.
Brown took some big cuts in the game against Cleburne, but was unable to connect as he was a strikeout victim a couple of times in that ball game. Takes a look at ball 1 here. That one is a bit too high, and it's ball 2. And there's that big cut that I was talking about. He's got a good swing, but he just hasn't been able to connect and put it in play just yet. 2-1. And that one finds the zone, apparently. The glove of Morrell went down and away, but it was enough to find the strike zone, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Next pitch. Swing and a miss. Cozertino gets out of the jam, and Bowie leaves a man in scoring position. We're going to the bottom of the second. Still 2-0, but still early here in Cleburne, Texas. Back after this on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
To the bottom of the second we go. Pops Bowie was able to use small ball to get a runner over to third base, a stolen base and a bunt, but couldn't produce the timely hitting that plagued them in the previous game, where they would get men aboard and then leave them stranded. Josue Martinez back out for the Volunteers. Pops very alertly keeping us apprised of Cozertino's appearance for Springtown.
Yeah, I got to thinking after the pitching change, I wondered if there was any other fielding changes for the Porcupines. We'll have to check out that.
I believe the pitcher was being DH'd for, so I don't believe.
Yeah, he was.
I don't believe there'll be any changes. And if it was injury related, Howard wouldn't go out into the field anyways.
True, true.
This should be Cash Smith and then Lincoln Smith. 8-9 in the Springtown lineup as Martinez delivers ball 1 too low. That is number 5, Cash, so it'll be Cash Smith, Lincoln Smith, and then back to the top of the order in the shortstop, Hernandez. Another one that bounces in there for ball 2.
Martinez having trouble finding that strike zone to start off.
I think he's releasing his pitches a little bit too late, and it's resulting in bouncing into the glove of Sanchez. Gets him to offer at that one, and he can't connect. It's 2 balls and a strike. These young men have very similar frames. I have to imagine they're brothers. As ball 3 is issued over the head of Cash.
Maybe anyone listening from Springtown could give us some insight into any familial relationship.
Chopper, third baseline, foul. Pretty strong contingent of Springtown faithful that came out. A little fan base, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Probably about 20 or so, 15 to 20 Springtown fans that made the trip up on this Friday afternoon.
And that one nice lady from Bowie still sitting there.
And that'll be ball 4 to the leadoff man, Cash Smith. Yeah, she came back up. We have a QR code that we put just outside of our tent here for anybody that wants to scan it in order to find our channel and be able to tune into the ball game. Happy to bring it to the Bowie faithful and the Springtown faithful on this windy Friday afternoon. Runner is going on the first pitch, and Sanchez is just lucky to make sure it wasn't a wild pitch, as it's ball 1 to Lincoln and a stolen base for Cash. Now Lincoln squaring up to bunt, and it'll go up the third baseline foul. Porcupines are under the direction of Coach Colin Crawford. They've got 4 players returning from last year's team that made it to the area round after finishing 10-3 in District 7-4A last year. Bunt to squirt up for again, and again Martinez hooks it closer to the right-handed batter himself rather than the right-hand part of the plate, and it's ball number 2. He'll foul this one back into the netting, and now the 9-hole hitter and third baseman today will have to defend the plate with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Second baseman Mendez covering that second base bag. And it's low and inside to bring the count full. Sturgill is playing on the lip of the grass.
I was just looking at the outfielders. They're almost covering the infield bases. They're so close.
Well, the wind isn't going to carry it that far
No,
out.
it's not.
So
It's
this
gonna knock
is
it down.
This is an adjustment to try to prevent things from falling in front of them, which is what plagued them in the game against Cleburne earlier, with the right fielder Brown being a little bit too far out, and it fell in front of him, resulting in 3 runs on a bases clearing bloop double that kind of broke the game open for Cleburne. If they were able to get that third out, I truly believe, Pops, that one base hit changed the entire complexion of the ball game that we just covered. Because if they're able to collect that out, if it's a traditional wind, it's not a swirling wind, then Brown is able to make that out, none of the runs score, and it's just 2-1 Cleburne going into the next inning.
Yeah.
Instead, the metaphorical wheels kind of came off a little bit, and Coach Johnson is calling timeout here to try to prevent that from repeating itself. You know, you got to make sure that you maintain your composure, that you stay engaged with every at-bat, because we're headed back to the top of the lineup with Hernandez, and you're doing it with 2 on. Your bottom 2 hitters drawing walks in the lineup.
And they're back to the top of the order.
Back to the top. So time to buckle down and focus a little bit. Bunt is squared up for. Runners are going, and now it's a rundown situation. They're both going to get chased back. That is a 5, 6, 5, 4 to the pitcher. That is a 1 to the third baseman Uribe, who gets the tag, but the runner will make it from first to second. So that was a 2, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5, I believe.
I'm not even going to try. I don't have space in my little square to write all those numbers.
No, I don't either. But it's a caught stealing.
And it's an out.
It's a caught stealing, and it's an out, and it's a runner just at second base now.
Well executed rundown.
Yes.
That nobody overthrew the ball. Nobody hit the runner. Good job there by the Volunteer defense.
That's just good, clean execution as that one bounces in front of Sanchez. Lincoln Smith now occupies second base as Cash Smith is retired on the rundown. You know what? It actually ended up in the hands of the pitcher Martinez at one point also. So maybe that was a 6-1-4-5. I don't even know. In the air and out of play. And it's a ball and 2 strikes now to the shortstop, Omar Hernandez. The 1-2 in the air to left center field, and it's going to the gap. See, the defense played shallow, and now it's going 360 feet all the way to the wall. And that will be an RBI triple to the left center field gap for Omar Hernandez.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That was just a little dinker out in the outfield, but it dinked right in between the left fielder and the center fielder, who were playing so close because of the wind. That ball was just perfectly placed.
That one cut under the wind and then rolled to the fence. So Hernandez now 90 feet away from the 4th run of the ball game for Springtown. And with this backstop, nothing is a guarantee, so a little bit more pressure on Raul Sanchez as the defense now plays on the lip of the infield grass. This is Jose Lopez, who got a single and then advanced on the errant throw. when they did a check down of him over at first base. He's got a 2-0 count here with Leighton Morrell in the on-deck circle. Right back up the middle to the pitcher, between the middle infielders, and that's a clean base hit and an RBI. Hernandez comes in to score easily. And again, it's placement. It's exactly what we saw in the game against Cleburne. These are not exactly hard hit balls, but they are well placed. And then good base running. Morrell drew a walk his last time up as the score moves to 4-0 in favor of Springtown. Sanchez pops up after the strike one call to try to chase the runner back, just letting Lopez know that he sees him. Sturgill covering the first base bag. That one is going to get sent foul.
Yeah, one of the things I love about baseball is the family aspect. Is we look down that third base line, we see a mom here in the stands with her camera pressed up into one of the holes in the netting, taking a video of probably her kiddo at bat.
Mm-hmm.
I love that aspect of the game of baseball.
It's an 0-2 count at the plate, and that one is going to go past Sanchez as Lopez moves into scoring position. It's a ball and 2 strikes at the plate. That one sent to left field. Couch giving chase. And the umpire says foul.
I think that one was definitely pushed foul by that hurricane gale force wind.
By the wind, exactly. It's coming in from right field, moving from the right field fence towards the baseline along third. And if it didn't have the force that it did, that might have been a home run.
Yeah, very easily over that shorter portion of the left field fence between left and left center.
1-2, lofted in the air, and it'll go into the concourse behind the ballpark here. You feeling something?
Thought I did, but I'm hoping not.
I thought I felt something on my arm. We're trying to get these games in as best we can. No guarantee about how Arlington may fare with games at 1:30 and 4. But we'll have to wait and see. The 1-2, curveball, and another late swing and a foul down the third baseline.
Quite a battle going on here between Morrell and Josue Martinez. Count still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Up in the air, Uribe giving chase and running out of real estate as it goes foul. This is Springtown's only... No, it's not their only game, is it? No, they play Mansfield Legacy after this, it looks like. And then Legacy will play Timberview for the nightcap. So Cleburne played at 10 o'clock, and they're done for the day. Doubleheader for Bowie, doubleheader for Springtown, doubleheader for Legacy here at the home of the Jackets today. As that one moves to a count of 2-2. I'll tell you, Pops, these stadium seats that we got from Academy are definitely a game changer when you're having to do your broadcast from within the bleacher grandstands at a opponent's ballpark.
Yeah, it was a very good investment as the batter's hit by the pitch from Martinez.
He was trying to go inside, and it just went too far inside.
Maybe the wind pushed it.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I'm trying.
We're trying, but that one had too much zip. It had too much pop. There there's no wind factoring that one, unfortunately. Courtesy runner coming in. This will probably be Ricky Shelton again. That was the runner before, was it not?
It was.
That is a 6 out there. So Shelton now running at first base for the catcher. As we go to the first baseman, Aaron Palomo got a sacrifice RBI his last time up, and he'll send this one foul.
At least Shelton gets to go to first base and run without the bruise
True.
that Burrell's going to have.
I remember my baseball days when I was a player. You got about a 3-inch diameter circle wherever you got hit. Martinez can't find the bottom quadrant of the strike zone there, and that is a 1-1 count now to Palomo. Breaking ball just hung too high. You know, on his 12-6 fastball and on his sliders, if that's what you can call it, he's releasing a little bit too late. On that breaking ball, he let go of it too high.
Ooh.
And again, the breaking ball just cannot break into the strike zone. And it'll bring a hitter's count of 3-1 to Aaron Palomo. He finds the strike zone there. Palomo disagrees, but the umpire waves his right hand for strike 2 call, and it's a countdown on the scoreboard. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3, 2, 1. Payoff pitch is wide, and that's ball 4. Fourth walk of the game issued by Josue Martinez. No strikeouts yet. And if you count the hit by pitch, that is 5 bases issued for free.
Yeah.
To the Porcupines.
That'll push Lopez over to third, Shelton down to second. Palomo takes up residence at first. Nate McDaniel at the plate.
Got a single to left his last time up and looks at ball 1 here.
Bases full of Porcupines with only 1 out here.
Rather prickly situation.
It is.
Do you remember the movie Homeward Bound?
Oh, yeah.
He bit me with his butt. Ball 2, too far inside there to number 4. Michael J. Fox is just an incredible voice actor. He did Chance the dog in that movie, as there is no chance of this one going to be anything but clearing the bases. Base hit down that left field line, and they're actually going to bring in 2 and hold up Palomo at third, but McDaniel sends that down the left field line, and that is a 2-bagger and 2 RBI.
Again, in between that gap, with the outfielders pulled in so close because of the wind, anticipating wind, none of these balls are getting up into that jet stream. Anything that gets up in the jet stream is going foul.
But the stuff that they're putting in play is cutting under the wind and then hitting the ground. That's the thing. They're only in the air for maybe a second or 2, and then they hit the ground and they roll the rest of the way. This one is Hedusik fouling it straight back for strike number 1. Surprisingly, Pops, there's been a lot of movement from the computer and the tent, but the camera, the probably most important piece of equipment here today, has been stoic the entire ball game.
He's got it strapped down to the
very happy
metal
with
stands here pretty well, so it's staying pretty steady for us.
0-2, back to the shortstop. The only play is to first, and it is in time, but that will plate another run. Coming in to score is Palomo. And it is 7-0. I believe they tacked on a run for Bowie mistakenly, but it should be 7-0 after Hejdusik with the 6-3 RBI. That'll take us to the right fielder. Isaac Gonzalez flew out to left field in his last at-bat. Fly out here would end the inning. Inside, almost clipped him. And the count goes 2-0. Martinez delivery. Bounces in. Again, that slider that he's releasing too late.
Yeah. He's just having a hard time.
Breaking balls released too early, sliders released too late. And it's a 3-0 count. Strike one is called there, as it is a hitter's count now to Gonzalez. 3-1. In play to right field. Brown calling for it, coming up and having to charge towards it to make the grab, but he does.
And saves my scorebook.
And saves your columns on your score sheet. But not before a 5-run outburst here in the second inning to take it from a 2-0 game to a 7-0 game. We'll be back with the third inning here on the Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing, right after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more.
To the third inning we go. 7-0 your score. The third inning is presented by Field Ops. They do more than just field markings, they also do commercial landscaping. Find out all John Kling can do by calling 817-908-2194. Couch got aboard and made it all the way to third base, but other than that, the Bowie offense has been rather quiet. It'll be the 8-9-1 spots in the lineup here. Sanchez, Sturgill, and then back to the top with the pitcher, Martinez.
Concertino on for his second inning of work. First pitch. Ball one, says the home plate umpire. Catcher Sanchez doing a good job at defending the ball this afternoon, the catcher's position so far this afternoon. Second pitch high and inside for ball two.
He drew 3 walks in 4 at-bats against Waco High yesterday. Got a lot of patience at the plate.
2-0 pitch down in the dirt. Ball 3. 3-0 count. We would expect Sanchez to be taking this one all the way, inviting Concertino to hit the strike zone as we lead off the top of the third inning. And that's a called strike by the home plate umpire. Looked a little bit low and inside, but we'll go to a hitter's count here at 3-1 for Raul Sanchez. Another strike called on that inside corner, and Concertino works the count back full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. A little bit low and outside for the umpire, and the base is awarded.
Ooh, that was close. I could have seen that going either way with the way that stuff has been called on that left-hand side of the plate today. And a time will be called for a courtesy runner.
Number 22.
Oh, he was a relief pitcher earlier. That's Andrew Calzada.
Andrew Calzada running at first base after the walk. That'll bring up the number 9 hole hitter, Zion Sturgill, first baseman for the Balls in the morning game and the afternoon game. Runner's going. Sturgill squares the bunt, pulls it back. The tag is in time at second base.
My, they smacked him in the face. Calzada's caught stealing, and the bases are clear.
Ball 1 at the plate after all that action happened on the base paths. 1-0 count to Zion Sturgill. Sturgill got a strikeout and a walk in the first game this morning. That ball gets away from the catcher, Morrell. Nobody on base, so no damage done there. And it's ball 2 to Sturgill. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out here in the inning. After the good throw by Leighton Morrell takes out the runner headed down that way in Calzada. 2-0 pitch. Low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to the number 9 hole hitter, Zion Sturgill. The 3-0 pitch catches that inside corner for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitter count coming to Zion Sturgill. Concertino's wind and delivery.
Ball 4.
Ball 4 called by the umpire.
Just a bit below the knees.
That'll take us back to the top of the order. We got a visit to the mound by the coach for Springtown.
This is Coach Crawford himself. Back-to-back walks issued by his relief pitcher, but he doesn't call in the infield.
Just a coachable moment here for his pitcher.
Back to the top of the order for the Volunteers with Josue Martinez.
One out in the inning, 1 runner over at first base. Josue Martinez, a strikeout victim, his first time at bat in this game. 2 strikeouts and a fly ball. This ball gets away from the catcher at the plate. Sturgill's going to take second, standing up. Ball 1 to Martinez. And a runner in scoring position now for the Volunteers.
Runs can sometimes come in bunches. We learned that with a 14-run first inning in yesterday's game.
Strike called at the plate, run, throw down to third base, and the umpire says that Sturgill is in there under the tag for a stolen base.
Just barely underneath the swipe of Lincoln Smith. Morrell with a good pop and throw down there down the baseline. And that was probably more bang-bang than it should have been.
1-1 at the plate. The pitch is fouled back behind the plate for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter Martinez. With a runner now at third base. Opportunity if you get one up in the air in the field of play, get a tag and a score. The 1-2 delivery. Catches that inside corner on the curveball for a called strike 3. That'll bring up Andrew Vega, starting pitcher in Game 1 this afternoon. This morning, it was earlier this morning.
This morning, a 10 a.m.
10
first
a.m.
pitch. Got here at 8:30 to start setting up.
This ball's hit into center field. It's going to be a base hit, and it's going to bring Sturgill home to score. The Volunteers get a run on the board.
Just a clean base knock here, as we see if my instant replay feature will work for me today. And the connection to center field will bring in Bowie's first run of the game. It's now 7-1.
That'll bring up Isaiah Piper, and he swings at the first pitch he sees, and it goes off to the foul, first base side, and foul.
Good piece of hitting there by Vega. Oh,
Sound effects.
Now
That was not your car.
Now we're getting sound effects. Thank goodness that was not my car.
Strike one to Piper here. Runner at first base in Vega. He's going, hit and run, hits off the pitcher's foot, and everybody's going to be safe.
Good piece of running by Piper, charging up the baseline, and that's just an infield single.
Yep, unfortunate it goes off the pitcher's foot. They're going to have to check on it, make sure he's kind of shaking that right foot. But I think he's going to be okay. He's going to tough it out. And that's going to bring up Christian Uribe with the Volunteers with 2 runners on now.
Uribe has been the most consistent hitter during this tournament play. During last Friday's coverage, when we did 2 games versus Cedar Hill and Irving Nimitz, he collected, I believe, 4 or 5 base hits. And then he reached safely a couple of times in yesterday's action against Waco High and reached on an E6 in the game against Cleburne.
First pitch is lifted to center field, but the wind is going to catch that and knock it down. And the center fielder, Nate McDaniel, is able to get under it and make the catch. But not before the Volunteers plate their first run here this afternoon. It's your new score. Springtown 7, Volunteers 1. We'll take a break here and go visit our sponsors. This is High School Baseball, brought to you by Zach Arnold Productions. We'll be right back.
Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab bleaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Pitching change in between innings means that there is a new pitcher that came down the pipe. Next time you have plumbing issues, call our friends at Pipe & Peak Plumbing at 817-807-7069. This is going to be number 4, Juan Mendez, coming in relief of Josue Martinez, and Martinez will slide over to that second base position and stay in the lineup. So Fiorentino will be DHing for the pitcher now, as Mendez takes the mound for the Volunteers.
Here in the bottom of the third, the Springtown Porcupines will be sending up their 8, 9, and 1 hole hitters. Cash Smith will be leading off. Lincoln Smith, the third baseman, will be on deck. And then back to the top of the order for Omar Hernandez. Smith, and Hernandez, 1, 2, 3 here for Springtown.
And it looks like I just got a notification that the game between Arlington and Keller Central has gone live, also on the Zap Network. We cover both Arlington High and Arlington Bowie here on this channel.
First pitch from Juan Mendez. Outside for ball 1. We got used to the outside corner being called during that first game this morning. Not so this afternoon. 1-0 pitch to the leadoff hitter, Cash Smith, for Springtown. Swung on and missed for strike one. If some of you Bowie fans aren't familiar with the Parker County town of Springtown, it's just a little bit north and west of Weatherford. I had a friend of mine that coached basketball there for several years, Nathan Purvis. This ball's lifted into left center field. Camping under it because the wind pushed it towards him is Micah Couch, and he makes the catch for the first out.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed to the left center gap, and then it ended up in Couch's glove. Good play there. And fortunate that it went his direction.
That'll bring up Lincoln Smith, who drew a walk and scored a run in the second inning. First pitch is outside for ball one. One away, nobody out here for the Volunteers here in the bottom of the third inning. Next pitch is swung on and hit, and it looks like it's going to go foul. Sturgill loses his hat as he chases after it, but it's just over the fence for a long strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Lincoln Smith. Well, the wind is just relentless. 1-1 count on Lincoln. The pitch. A little bit outside, says the umpire.
Oh, not by
He uses
much.
his right hand, which is confusing for people that are watching the game. He could have called a strike, but it was a pushing motion.
It's a push, a swipe.
2 balls and 1 strike. That's a point for a strike.
He gets the call there.
2-2 the count now on Lincoln Smith. Mendez set, 2-2 delivery. A little bit high for ball 3. The count runs full. And the next pitch puts him on base with ball 4. 1 out, 1 runner on for Springtown here as Lincoln Smith draws his second walk of the afternoon. Good eye at the plate for the young man. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Omar Hernandez. Mendez takes a look at first and comes home. Swung on and hit to the gap. Is he going to catch it? Yes, the wind pushes it again right into Micah Couch's glove for the second out of the inning. It looked like it was headed towards the gap, but it stayed up in the air just long enough for it to be the second fly to left field here in the inning. Lincoln Smith will stay at first base. 2 outs in the inning now, and this will bring up Jose Lopez, the second baseman for Springtown. Mendez comes set. Runner goes, pitches a ball, throw down to second base by Sanchez is not in time. Runner takes second. And 1 ball. Oh, take that back. It's a strike at the plate. The umpire does not have very demonstrative calls here. Jose Lopez. This ball is again lifted to left field. Micah Couch gets under it, and Micah Couch puts away the Springtown Porcupines on all 3 outs. Another F7. And no scoring allowed. 1 runner left on base as we head to the top of the 4th inning here at Cleburne High School. We're going to go visit our sponsors here. It's the 4th inning, and the 4th inning stretch is brought to you by Modern West. As we see how these final innings unfold, Modern West invites you to see the difference new windows can make in your home. Visit modernwestwindows.com to learn more about the sponsors of the Zach Arnold Productions 4th inning stretch. We'll be back right after this.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
Welcome back to Cleburne High School, the home of the Yellow Jackets. Played in the first game here this morning. This opponent this afternoon are the Springtown Porcupines as Bowie comes to bat here in the top of the fourth inning. They'll be sending their 5, 6, 7 hitters to the plate. Micah Couch, who made all 3 outs in the last half inning, will be leading off. Aiden Fiorentino, the designated hitter, will be on deck, and Darian Brown in the hole. Couch, Fiorentino, and Brown, 1, 2, 3 this half inning. Zach Cosertino, number 13, is on the mound for what will be his 3rd inning of work after he came in the 2nd. Squares to bunt, lays down the bunt, and it's going to go foul behind the plate.
While we wait for
strike one.
While we wait for him to come back to home plate, we want to remind you that the 4th inning is presented by Trinity Logistics Services. Don't let hauling be a hassle. Trinity has dumpsters that can fit any size project, and they drop off and pick up so that you can focus on cleaning up a win for your home or business. Call Chet Soto at 817-693-1302 for more information. Got a little ahead of ourselves on the 4th inning stretch. Baseball games just kind of merge after a little while as ball 1 is issued down there. We played a whole bunch of innings against Cleburne and play a whole bunch of innings here. And they just kind of blend together after a while.
2-1 count to the batter, Couch. And it bonks him on the left buttock. Can I say that?
I mean, I said something else of similar nature that maybe I probably shouldn't have, but yes.
So Couch will take up position at first base on the hit by pitch, and that will bring up the designated hitter, Aiden Fiorentino.
It's the 2nd time in a row that Couch has gotten aboard on a hit by pitch.
Yeah. Wonder what they got against him. Nothing, I'm sure.
I'm hoping nothing.
This ball is lifted to right field. The center fielder and the right fielder are both giving chase. Center fielder zeroes in on it with the ferocious wind out there and makes the catch.
Yeah, McDaniel really had to trail over to the left-hand side just to be able to track that one in, but he does and collects the first out.
1 out in the inning will bring up the right fielder, Darian Brown, who's been having fun with the wind all afternoon as well. 1 out in the inning and 1 runner over at first. Squares to bunt, gets the bunt down back towards the pitcher. The pitcher fields it, throws it to first base, and kind of an errant throw, but the first baseman stretches. Palomo able to stretch every bit of his 5'9" frame and haul that one in. So it's a 2nd out in the inning, but it moves the runner down to second base. So Couch down to 2nd.
Just got to get those reps in, got to practice those situations where maybe small ball will be important during a district competition.
Brings up the catcher. No, it doesn't. This is Calzada.
This is Calzada taking cuts in the catcher's spot. Okay.
Number 22, Calzada at the plate for the Volunteers.
Maybe he's taking over behind the plate for Sanchez, because Sanchez has done, I want to say, what was that, into the 6th inning in the previous game. So he's done about 9 or 10 innings worth of catching today. So maybe Calzada is substituting for him as well.
We'll watch the defensive alignment when it comes up here in the bottom of the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to Calzada. 2 outs in the inning and a runner at second for Bowie. Cozertino, a long look in. The 1-1 pitch home. Swung on and hit to the right side. It's going to be fielded by Palomo, who boots it, and everybody's going to be safe. Couch moves over to third, and that's going to be an E3 that allows Calzada's
going to reach.
to get to first base safely. So now runners at first and second with 2 outs in the inning, and this should bring
First
up
and third.
Zion Sturgill, first and third. I had it right on the score bug. Didn't have it right in my brain. Sturgill coming up to bat now. Drew a walk his first time at bat this afternoon. Runners at the corners for the Vols. Cozertino's first delivery home is lofted into the air, straight up. Shortstop Hernandez camping under. In comes the left fielder, and he drops it. The left fielder came in hard and was calling him off at shortstop because he thought he had instead of backpedaling, he thought he could come in forward and make the catch, and the ball drops right in front of Cash Smith.
So that'll score Couch, will it not?
It will. Bowie gets their second run of the game on the board.
And that's an E7.
It's got to be an E7.
He called off his shortstop and then didn't complete the catch. So Sturgill reaches on the E7 and collects the RBI.
That'll take us back to the top of the order, and Josue Martinez, first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. Check the number on this guy. I don't think that's Josue.
Oy.
Runners at first and second. Throw down to first. Runner gets back safely. No, that is him.
That is an 8.
That's an 8.
We're still familiarizing ourselves with all of the players. We spent a whole weekend with Arlington down in the Corpus Christi area, but still didn't have all of their players memorized either at times.
Well, the way the wind is blowing, it kind of scrunched up the number on the back of his jersey. Just want to keep everything as accurate as possible for you, the fan. Martinez takes the count to 3-0. 2 runners on, 2 out in the inning here. Cozertino set. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4 low.
Ball 4. It's loaded now. A little 2-out rally maybe for the Volunteers. Try to find some wood to knock on.
That pushes Sanchez over to third. Nope, I'm sorry, Cozertino.
Calzada
over to third.
A lot of Z's in
A lot of
people's
Z's
names today.
Zion Sturgill down to second. Josue Martinez at first. Bases full of balls here as Andrew Vega steps to the box. First pitch to him is a called strike 1.
Vega got a single to center and an RBI. Single here could put a couple another runs across.
One 0 pitch coming in. Swung on and fouled to the right side. It'll go out of play over the first base dugout for strike number 2.
Palomo was giving chase at that one. He wanted it.
Should be no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, I don't know why they gave him a ball back. They cleared it and then put a 1-2 count back on the board.
Yeah. 0-2 pitch.
Now
High
it's-
and tight for ball 1.
Now it's 1-2.
Bases full of balls. Time to practice that clutch hit here in the one of the last games of tournament play before we hit district.
They'll have one more that they can do tomorrow, but we won't be there, unfortunately.
1-2 delivery. A curveball hangs inside and high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We do as much coverage during tournament play as we can, but sometimes scheduling conflicts get in the way. But we're glad to be here today for this doubleheader, bringing you Cleburne and Springtown for the Bowie Vols.
2-2 pitch. High for ball 3.
Good plate appearance. This is a quality at-bat for Vega.
Runners will be going on the pitch with a full count and 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Swung on, pop to the left side, will float out of play. We'll do it all again. Martinez back to first. Calzada back to third. Sturgill back to second. The 3-2 pitch coming. Low and outside. An RBI for Vega on the walk, as there was no place to put him.
And that will make it 7-3. And this looks like we might be getting a pitching change presented by Pipe and Peak. Bases loaded. Bowie has made it 7-3 now. Plating all three in plating two here in the fourth. Not sure why the innings haven't advanced on the scoreboard. It shows all of them being scored in the third inning. But there will be a change on the mound, and we'll show you that change when we come back here on the Zap Network.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0319 or email orders at locallegendsfigures.com. Pitching changes presented by Pipe and Peak, serving the Arlington area for over a decade. Arrange a free quote by calling 817-807-7069. Third pitcher of the afternoon for Springtown will be the former courtesy runner for the catcher, number 6, Ricky Shelton. Shelton now on the mound for Springtown.
Shelton, a tall, lanky young man. He's all arms and legs out there. Right-handed pitcher.
And he'll be in a pretty tough spot with the bases full of Volunteers, as a single base hit could change the complexion of this game entirely. It had been all Springtown coming into this fourth inning. And now the center fielder, Piper, who got an infield single his last time up, has an opportunity to do a little more damage for the Volunteers here in the fourth inning.
Reset the field for you. Sturgill down at third. Martinez at second. Andrew Vega at first. Bases full of balls, as Zach said. First pitch coming in from Shelton is swung on and hit to the right side. Giving chase are all the Porcupine fielders, and it falls right at the fence for a long strike.
Yeah, the second fielder Lopez, second baseman, first baseman Palomo, and the right fielder Gonzalez all converged to try to get that one.
Piper did get a base hit in his last at bat. Be a great time to see base hit number 2 here for the Volunteers here in the top of the fourth inning. 2 runs already plated this half inning. Everybody gets reset as we get a new ball out to Shelton. The 0-1 delivery. Swung on and hit to the right side again. It's going to go well out of play beyond the bullpen down the first base line. And it's 1 ball and no balls and 2 strikes on Piper.
Going to have to really defend the plate now with these men on the bases.
Ooh. That curveball curves inside, right around the plate.
Ooh, that was tempting even for me.
Ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Piper. Hit to the shortstop. Shortstop fields it, throws it the short way over to second for the force out, and the inning is over. But not before some damage is done by the Volunteers as they plate 2 runs here in the top of the fourth inning. We go to the middle of the fourth. Your score, Porcupines 7, Volunteers 3. We'll step aside and take a break to visit some of our sponsors here. This is high school baseball brought to you by Zach Arnold Productions. We'll be right back.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Welcome back to this windy Friday afternoon here from Cleburne, Texas, as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Score 7-3, Springtown on top. Juan Mendez out for his consecutive inning of work here. Leading off, Leighton Morrell. On deck, Aaron Palomo. In the hole, Nate McDaniel. First hit to the left side. It's going to be pushed foul by that wind, and it's a long strike. Again, the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Morrell, Palomo, and McDaniel, the 1, 2, 3 batters this inning for Springtown. Hit by a pitch and a walk for Mr. Morrell this afternoon. Mendez 0-1 pitch. A little bit low for ball one.
A little bit low.
One the count. The wind and the throw home. Swung on and hit to the right side. Second baseman Martinez getting under it, and he makes the grab. Got under it, and then he had to take about 5 more steps into the infield.
5 steps inward, yeah.
In order to make that snag due to the wind pushing that one, but we're going to credit with him with an F4 in the first out of the inning, and that'll take us to Aaron Palomo, the first baseman for the Porcupines. Flown out to center field and walked and scored a run. His activity in the ball game this afternoon so far. First pitch is outside, ball one. Calzada is the new catcher. By the way, we said we were going to check on that. Calzada jumping to his right to make a good stop on that one. Nobody on base, so it doesn't hurt anything, but still good athleticism. This one's lifted into center fielder. Center fielder Piper under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2 here. 2 batters, 2 outs. Fly ball to second base, fly ball to center field. That'll bring up Nate McDaniel, the center fielder. Nate has had a good day at the plate. A single in his first at bat, a double in his second at bat. Coming up here with 2 outs in the inning and nobody on base. Mendez set in his first pitch to McDaniel. Swung on and lifted into the infield. Shortstop makes a diving catch in the infield. The umpire calls him out. Good play there by Vega. Just not only dive for that ball that was dying in the wind, but then to hang on to it when he hit the ground. Good job, good defense by Andrew Vega on the F6. And the Porcupines go down 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll step aside and go visit some of our sponsors here. This is Zach Arnold Productions bringing you Bowie Volunteer Baseball. We'll be right back after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home.
First pitch lofted to center field by Uribe is the first out. First pitch hitting, the F8 recorded by Nate McDaniel, and there's one away here for the Volunteers.
Sorry, Pop, stretched across you there. I mess up your...
No, it's okay. That's why we have erasable pens.
Oh, you do. Mine died on me.
This brings up Micah Couch to the plate, left fielder for the Balls. One out here in the inning. First pitch home is a ball. Couch has been hit by a pitch both times he's been at the plate today. Low for ball 2. We don't want to see the hat trick on the hit by pitch. 2 balls, no strikes to the Volunteer left fielder, who made 3 consecutive outs an inning ago. This one's lofted to the right side. Right fielder makes the catch, didn't have to move that much. Isaac Gonzalez right there for the fly ball to right field, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Aiden Fiorentino. Got on base on a sacrifice and flew to 8. Big swing and a miss there for strike 1. Ricky Shelton on the mound, set, and the pitch outside and low for ball 2. Sorry, nope, it's 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter, Fiorentino. Pitch home, a little bit low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on the Volunteer DH this afternoon. 2-1 delivery right down the pipe for a called strike 2. 2-2. Shelton set. Comes home with it. Swung on and fouled back into the netting. Count will stay 2-2. On deck hitter Darian Brown trots over behind the plate to pick that one up. Goes back to the on deck circle. Shelton ready for the 2-2 pitch. Down and low for ball 3. Full count on Fiorentino. Payoff pitch. Swung on and hit the left side. Booted by the third baseman, picked up by the shortstop. The runner gonna be safe at first. Hot shot down there to Lincoln Smith, bounced off and over his head. Omar Hernandez backing him up, has a late, long throw across the diamond, and the Balls have a 2-out runner at first base.
Good piece of hitting that I thought was headed towards the left field line, so it's a good job by Lincoln Smith to keep it where it was. But that was definitely a potential to be trouble.
That'll bring up the number 7 hole hitter for the Volunteers, right fielder Darian Brown. Strikeout victim and a ground out to the pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on this appearance so far. Runner at first base, 2 outs. Pitch home is fouled back into the netting for strike 2.
And like I said, we saw this in game 1 and we're seeing it again in game 2. Brown is putting bat on ball, and he's taking good cuts. He just hasn't put it where the defense is not yet.
Swung on and fouled back into the netting on the left side this time, over the third base dugout. Count will stay, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shelton comes set, the 1-2 delivery, swung on and missed for strike 3.
Volunteers get a man aboard. Can't do anything with it, though, as we finish the top half of the 5th. Vols are running out of innings and running out of outs. Not running out of time, though, as we're still within our 2-hour time limit. Back after this, here on the Zap Network. John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday, con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Bottom of the 4th or 5th? 5th inning.
I was confirming the pitcher.
You were confirming number 4 on the mound, but you were flashing a 4 at me, and I was about to say back to the 5th inning, and I'm like, wait a second. Why are you telling me 4? It's the 5th inning here, and it's the 2nd inning over on the other game on the Zap Network. The Arlington Colts playing Keller Central for Game 1. Game 2 will be against Fort Worth Christian. Jot Holly and Cam Wilcox will be working on that presentation for you over at the home of the Hawks at Birdville High. Once this coverage concludes, we will do our best to bring one game to you tomorrow. I believe it'll be Arlington High. And then district play starts on Wednesday for these two clubs, as ball 1 is issued to Kason Hedusik. Right back up the middle. Mendez tried to grab it. It was about a foot away from his glove, and that's a clean base hit to start things off here for Springtown.
Yeah, that one right back up the middle, a hot shot. Too hot for the pitcher to grab it, but right over the second base bag. Hedusik.
How did you spell it? I told you this during pregame show. Strike 1 issued to number 9, Isaac Gonzalez. Lofted to left field, and that one is foul. Home plate umpire really had to keep an eye on that one just to confirm. Another one of those ones that pulled really, really far. Oh and 2 now. Up in the air, should be playable. Who's going to call everybody off? It's going to be the shortstop. Vega records the F6 of Isaac Gonzalez.
That'll send Hedusik back to first base. Bring up Cash Smith, the left fielder.
walked, was caught stealing, and has flown out so far today. Mendez a bit too high there for ball number 1. Chopper foul. Pops, I see a player in the grandstands here in front of us, a few of them along that first baseline. Their jerseys say Hilltop. Does that ring any bells?
It doesn't ring a bell at all. I see there's several of them on the right-hand side down close to first base. So the L is on their hat. The legacy seems to be the school, and the Hilltop seems to be the mascot. Maybe Hilltoppers wouldn't fit. Ball at the plate, throw down to second base, and runner Hadusik is in there safely. So Hadusik now at second base in scoring position with 1 out in the inning. 2 balls, 1 strike at the plate on Cash Smith.
I figured it out. In play, left center field, and the left fielder is going to come up and make the grab. That's Micah Couch. This is Wichita Falls legacy. Has come all the way down to play in this Cleburne tournament.
Quite a drive for them.
Wichita Falls legacy, the Leopards, a.k.a. the Hilltop.
Maybe the physical position of the school is on top of a hill.
It may be on a hilltop.
Kind of like Mansfield Summit is on the highest position in Mansfield.
That would make sense.
That's why they chose that particular name for that school. I was there for 12 years as a teacher.
Lincoln Smith has walked twice and takes a look at ball 1 from Mendez here. Just a bit outside, as the third baseman, wearing number 3, has a man in scoring position. Bowie looking to leave him there with this 2 outs. Trying to collect number 3. Pitch into contact, and the contact will go into the glove of the second baseman Martinez, and the Porcupines go down quietly. We are through 5 complete here at the home of the Yellow Jackets. We're headed to the top of the 6th inning. Bowie has a little bit of work to do, but it's not insurmountable. Stick around. We'll see if they can mount a rally here when we come back on the Zap Network.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe and Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
Commercial.
Calzada leading things off here in the top of the 6th for the Volunteers as Shelton delivers strike 1 at the knees. It'll be Calzada, Sturgill, and Martinez. 8-9-1, as that is ball 1. Pops, this is an interesting little tidbit. I just saw that ball go past the catcher there. We're going to go and experience a new type of baseball on Sunday. Banana ball is coming to Frisco, Texas, and we've got tickets. In a situation like this that you just saw, where the ball goes past the catcher like there, one of the rules in banana ball is that at any point, a batter can have the opportunity to steal first base.
Right.
The best opportunity for that is during a passed ball like that. as this one is in play to the shortstop. Should be a clean field, and it is. Hernandez to Palomo for the 6-3. But it's just interesting to watch it during a traditional baseball game and wonder, what would that look like in that situation in banana ball?
Yeah, so many different rules, entertaining rules. They are the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, basically.
Essentially.
If anybody remembers the Harlem Globetrotters.
Well, the main difference that I have observed is that the Bananas do not always win.
True.
In the Harlem Globetrotters, no matter who they play, the Globetrotters always come out on top.
They did.
The Bananas don't always win.
But the scoring is interesting, to say the least.
It's very unique, yes.
Not how many runs you plate, it's how many points you earn.
You earn
for
a
the
point.
actions.
You earn a point for every inning that you win.
So if you score 7 runs in an inning, you get 1 point.
As long as the other team didn't score 8.
Right.
Sturgill takes a look at a ball here. 3-0 the count to the first baseman. Yeah, there's an opportunity for fans to get involved as well.
Yeah.
If it's a foul ball into the stands and a fan is able to catch it before it caroms off of the ground, a fan catch can result in an out.
So I should take my ball glove with me.
Take your glove. Why not? I have no idea exactly where we're going to be because the tickets are done kind of by a lottery method. So you pick a price range, and then they select the seats for you. So if you want to, pay premium seats, they'll put you in a premium spot. Mid-range, they'll put you in a mid-range spot, et cetera, et cetera.
So why are we going to this game on Sunday?
Josue Martinez will foul this one back. I think somebody has a birthday or something.
Somebody's got a birthday. That'll be a fun birthday outing.
Our family has been very much a proponent of making memories, and I think experiencing a new type of baseball will definitely be a memory maker. Sturgill's off and running, swing and a miss at the plate. The throw down is going to go into shallow center field. Sturgill will stay put. It's a swing and a miss by Martinez. That moves the count to 0-2, says the umpire. 1-1 is the count on the right field scoreboard.
But Pops has it right on the Zap scorebug.
Yeah, we monitor and update these things ourselves. We don't use Scorebird or any other devices that kind of cheat your way out of experiencing this game to its fullest.
Palomo gave a valiant effort there on that foul ball that went right to the front of the Bowie dugout on the first base side, but came up empty. Good hustle though.
Shelton didn't really care for what he saw there and decided to step off the back of the plate. He'll come home here, and Vega will put this one in foul territory, and all of the players had to clear out. The young men from the hilltop had to get out of the way.
there was some major scrambling
going on.
There was a lot
of scatter. Unfortunately, it was just out of our field of vision here on the camera, but about a half a dozen of the Wichita Falls Legacy players had to get up and run away. And they're going to cut a call, strike 3. Martinez with 3 strikeouts. And there's 2 away now for Andrew Vega. Shelton's first strikeout of the afternoon coming in relief of Cozartino, who came in relief of Howard after just 1 inning. We hope that young man is doing okay. As ball 1 is issued to Vega.
We've been watching the host Yellow Jackets players are running the scoreboard, and all they're doing is going back and forth with food.
And the steal attempt is unsuccessful. Sturgill is out at third, and the inning will be over there. So Vega will return to the plate during the next inning if we have time for it. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Bowie running out of time and innings here on the Zap Network. We'll be right back.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools, haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
The Zap Network wants to extend our thank you to everybody that helped make our tournament coverage possible, including Roberto Robledo and the team at Romy Pools, Jake and Sharon Damon, Annie Madden, Armando de Ercole, Elijah Slade, Taylor Steele, Clark Hercules, Eric Bouchel, and Kirsten Aguinaga. Those people helped cover hotel expenses and helped cover some of the other meals and travel-related stuff that was going on throughout our tournament coverage during these couple of weeks. And if you appreciated today's broadcast, please consider scanning the QR code and sending a Venmo tip to the username @ZachTheVoice. I personally took unpaid days off from work in order to bring you this tournament coverage. So if you would at least consider covering my meal on the way home, I would be very appreciative. But thank you to all of those that did contribute, and thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast. Pops, we took a break, and during that break, we actually found out that the teams are going to shake hands and call it here after 6 innings of play. We've got to move things along in order for other teams to get their games in before the weather hits, and Coach Johnson has decided that he has seen enough for today. And Springtown is going to take home a 7-3 victory, collecting what I believe to be their 7th win of the season. So a good job by the Porcupines and a good game overall, but Bowie just couldn't put the runs together. They had a bases loaded situation and just couldn't string things together enough to be able to come back from that 5-run second inning.
Yeah, they're able to get runners on base. They're just having trouble connecting to get those clutch hits at the right moment. Pitching was within acceptable limits this afternoon. I mean, really good, solid pitching, but the other team was making hits that were going into gaps.
Yep.
And that was the difference.
Yep.
Not a bunch of big hits, no home runs, no, 1 or 2 triples, triple and a double, but things like that, they just weren't huge hits. And of course, all day we're contending with the wind. I mean,
yep.
The wind run about 30, 40 miles an hour here all
at least
day.
At least,
and it
sometimes
has really
worse.
Made a problem for all the ball players here this afternoon.
Yep. Well, there's still one more day of tournament action left to play, and after that, it's the games that really matter. This has all been stuff to try to prep your lineup and get yourself ready for the ones that matter the most. Regardless of your record that takes place during these tournaments, it's your district record that determines whether you go to the postseason or not.
Yep.
So I think there's a lot to learn from this team. They're able to put runs on the board. The defense and the pitching maybe need to assist one another to create that cohesion that you need. But, we saw a lot of good stuff from Vega and Calzada. We saw some really good defense. And so there's still plenty of great things to take away from these tournaments for Bowie. This is our last Bowie tournament game on the Zap Network, but there will be plenty of district games. We're doing home and away district for the Volunteers starting next week, and we're looking forward to bringing you those games.
One programming note about that district game that starts next week. If you're accustomed to years gone by and for the regular season when you'd play on Tuesday and Fridays, the opening game for district is on a Wednesday this week. So be ready to tune in to the Zap Network on Wednesday evening for the district opener for Bowie against Grand Prairie.
Pops, I just got a Venmo alert from somebody from the other team.
Oh.
Diana Bailey said, I got to watch my great-nephew, Ricky Shelton, play today, thanks to those of us on the Zap Network. So
that is awesome.
Thank you, Miss Bailey, for your generosity, and thank you to the Springtown faithful that tuned in to today's ball game. Unfortunately, we only cover Arlington Bowie, so this next game for Springtown will not be available, but we're glad to bring you what coverage we were able to for today's game. So Thank you all for tuning into this game, and thank you to John Wade Roofing for being our title partners and our post-game show sponsors. For all of your roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, or more, call the family that does more at 817-265-5520. Pops, it was an unfortunate end on the scoreboard, but it was a fun couple of games with you out here in Cleburne today.
Yeah, I had a good time. No, the wind did not blow me away. And it was just a great atmosphere here at the host of the tournament here, the Cleburne Yellow Jackets. And it was fun to banter a little bit. We had some fun with some unique high school mascots around the state of Texas.
Indeed.
And it was a good time. So enjoy calling the games, and we'll look forward to district starting. We got one more tomorrow.
Yep.
If the weather holds.
As long as the weather holds, we got one more Arlington game tomorrow, and then district starts on Wednesday.
Yeah, made it through today, though.
Jot Holly is still live on the Zap Network covering the Arlington High versus Keller Central game. If you're interested in some high school baseball, you can continue to watch the Drew Medford Memorial that's going to be taking place this afternoon on Zap. But that is going to do it for us here in Cleburne, Texas. For my Pops Doug, I'm Zach Arnold, thanking you for tuning in to this edition of Zach Arnold Productions, and we hope to see you all next time. But until then, have a great day, have a great weekend, and we'll see you all real soon.